In March of 1879, in the remote wilderness of Clearfield County, Pennsylvania, a gruesome discovery was made. 3 farmers, preparing their fields for spring, were halted by a terrifying sound, desperate, muffled screams emanating from the ground. Tracing the noise to a patch of freshly turned soil, they found a horrifying sight, a man's hand clawing its way out of the earth. The man they rescued was Silas Cunningham, a local farmer who had been missing for 3 days. He was barely alive, traumatized, and caked in soil. The subsequent investigation and Silas's confession revealed a family secret so dark that the court records were sealed for decades. The perpetrators of this attempted murder were Silas's own 3 sons. Their motive was a twisted form of punishment for sins committed within the isolated confines of their family, a bloodline that had turned in on itself for generations. The Cunningham family's story is one of profound isolation and decay. Their homestead was located on poor, rocky land in a sparsely populated region where neighbors were miles apart. The family patriarch, Silas, was a worn-down, gaunt man aged beyond his years by hard labor and poverty. But it was his 3 sons, Josiah, Caleb, and Nehemiah, who were the source of local fear and speculation. All 3 displayed pronounced physical and mental abnormalities, misshapen heads, asymmetrical features, slurred speech, and cognitive limitations. The youngest, Nehemiah, however, possessed a sharp, calculating intelligence that made him the most unsettling of the 3. The origins of this tragedy stretched back to Silas's own parents, Josiah Cunningham the elder and Rebecca Cunningham, who were brother and sister. This act of incest set the stage for the hereditary degeneration that manifested so clearly in Silas's sons. Silas himself had married an outsider, Martha Yoder, but after she died under mysterious circumstances, he raised his sons in near-total isolation, cutting them off from education, society, and any chance of a normal life. The catalyst for the violent attack was a brutal winter that left the family trapped together in their failing farmhouse. Resentments that had festered for decades finally erupted during an argument over their dwindling food supply. The sons, led by Nehemiah, confronted Silas with a litany of grievances, his harsh control, the beatings, and his role in trapping them in a life of shame and isolation due to the family's blood shame. They blamed him for burying their futures. In a chillingly deliberate act, the sons did not simply kill their father. Instead, they forced him outside, dug a grave, and buried him alive. They wrapped him loosely in a tarp to prevent immediate suffocation, ensuring he would remain conscious underground to contemplate his sins. For 3 days, Silas lay trapped in the cold, dark earth, listening to his sons go about their daily routines above him. The crime was discovered by chance when neighbors, growing suspicious after a tense encounter with the brothers, heard muffled cries from the ground. They intervened and, with the brothers' help, prompted by Josiah's crumbling resolve, dug Silas up just in time to save him. The legal aftermath was complex. The case forced the community and the court to grapple with difficult questions of culpability. Medical examinations confirmed the sons suffered from severe hereditary conditions due to generations of inbreeding. At the trial, the sons were judged differently based on their perceived mental capacity. Josiah, deemed profoundly deficient, was found not guilty by reason of insanity and committed to an asylum. Caleb, seen as impaired but with some understanding, was found guilty but shown mercy and given a 10-year sentence. Nehemiah, recognized as intelligent and calculating, was found fully culpable and sentenced to 25 years in prison. Silas, physically broken and racked with guilt, publicly forgave his sons, stating, "They are my sons. We are all trapped by what our blood has become." He died a few years later. The family line effectively ended, with the sons dying in custody or disappearing into obscurity. The Cunningham case became a landmark tragedy, leading to legal and social reforms. It served as a grim case study in the consequences of hereditary degeneration and profound isolation, reminding us that the most disturbing horrors are often entirely human, born from a tangled web of damage, desperation, and a blurred line between victim and perpetrator.